Hey everyone, my name is Thomas Vina for MATLAB, and I'm doing the extra credit project. So I decided to do the motorized pinwheel um, for one of the projects, and essentially I wanted to tell you that the goal of the project is to get this DC motor gear up here, right here my cursor is, to spin. And it'll only spin clockwise, not like my other project where it could spin counterclockwise or whatever. You can speed up, but it's just as much as you hit the push button, it'll spin faster and faster and faster the faster you push it or whatever. So yeah, that's the goal, to end up making this gear spin. The components I have in here are essentially my breadboard, my Arduino. Basically, I have a resistor, I have a transistor here, and I have a diode. I have a push button, and then um, I have a DC motor. So, how did some of these work? I think the big one here is that was new that I've never seen before is this transistor. So I had looked this up, and it looks like this transistor works by essentially creating an inversion layer that can conduct electrons between its terminals that are here. Actually, between two of them, and I think it's between this one and this one. So it conducts electrons between these two terminals that are right here. Oops. And then for the DC motor, it's kind of simple. You basically, DC motor uses direct current to turn electricity into motion by way of electromagnetic induction to get the gear to spin. The last one that's kind of out of the blue here would be the diode. The diode basically builds a potential barrier for electron flow or current in this case. So that's basically how these three components work. You obviously still have your battery and your push button and your resistor, which are kind of a given in this this project. So I'm gonna show you guys my code here. So it's not very long like my other project, but it does the job. So I basically this first part right here, I start by defining my constants and my integers or my variables here. So two of these are my constants for the pin 2 and 9 here. I have one at terminal 9 and one at terminal 2. And then I have an integer at the switch state of 0, making my integer here. Then for the void setup here, basically I'm declaring which of these two pins is an output and input in the setup here. And then for the loop, and for my pseudo code, I'm basically creating if and then statements, or if and then otherwise statements. So in the switch state, which is here, I'm telling the code to read the switch pin I guess function here, or I guess variable here. Next is the original condition would be if the switch state is high, then it would read the motor pin is high. Otherwise, if the switch state is low, then it would read the motor pin is low, and that basically concludes the code here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my code, and I'm going to hit start simulation. So now the simulator is running, and you can see how it says 0 RPMs right here. So when I push the button here, it starts to rotate, and it doesn't rotate. It doesn't keep rotating very fast. When I hit it, it goes up to it. I mean, you can see it says 7,400 RPMs, but that's only for like very short amount of time. I can't really say exactly what, but anyway, if I keep pressing it, it'll keep spinning. constantly. So as this spins, this can spin anything that's attached to it, whether that be a zoetrope like my last um, project, or another component that you wish to use on some type of mechanical device. All right, well, thank you for my project, or thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.